Welcome to Three Reasons Why, where I pick a book and I give you three reasons why you should read this book. So, this is my last new to me author for the month of November. And again, another TikTok find, but not just on TikTok. Shar with Read and Live with Shar, she did a review on it as well. I think she found it on TikTok too, but I did see this book on TikTok. TikTok be having some good books to come out. The authors are on there, they sharing their books, and I'm here for it. Okay, so let's get into it because I am a little sad that this is, my end of the new to me authors November. But a new year is coming, and I think I'm going to continue this for the month of January. Yes, I have to just come up with a cute little name, but I think I'm going to continue it because I do have a book that I need to read and talk about it on Three Reasons Why. So I will continue this in January. Now, the book that I will be discussing today is Found Love in You by Riley Baxter. Now, let me read the synopsis. Beautiful, single, headstrong, and smart. 34 years old, Maya James is the senior recruiter for Stu Bax. Highly introverted. She's very independent, loves hanging out with her family, and loyal to her inner circle. Men are not currently on her radar since the ones in her past have caused her to put a hold on any romantic endeavors. However, one deep, sexy baritone rattles her senses, but she refuses to give him a second look, especially since he's a janitor at her company. Will Maya's snub attitude cause her to miss out on a potential good man and her good thing? Handsome, debonair, single, and passionate, 33-year-old Jabari Daniels works as the nighttime janitor for Stu Bax. Grateful for his job that finances his livelihood, he's self-sufficient, loves his family, and don't play no games. So true. One evening while doing his job, he is remarkably introduced to the love of his life, although she doesn't know it yet and definitely don't make it easy. However, her sully dismissal of him and her stank attitude toward him on several occasions has him thinking otherwise. Will Jabari get the message and back up from his pursuit? Or will he take on the challenge and get the girl that his heart beats for? In this funny, beautiful, peculiar, and romantic love story, judging people based off credentials, status, and material things is brought to the forefront. Maya and Jabari ride the waves as their boat rocks, shakes, and bounce throughout different storms in their lives. Read and see how they maneuver the ride and if their coasting is smooth sailing or a crash course. Learn if Maya and Jabari can find love in someone that's on a different level opposite of themselves. Okay, so let's get into this book. Now, the story is about Jabari Daniels and Maya James. So as you heard in the synopsis, she's a senior recruiter at the company and he's the janitor. So when she first sees him, she's like, oh my gosh, like he's gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. But then when she found out he was a janitor, she was like, I'm making a face that I think she made. Like, okay. But Jabari was adamant about, oh, she's about to be my future. She's going to be my wife. I'm going to get her. Okay. So she kept on pushing him away until her brother got her together. And after that, she kind of like let her guards down and she was like, okay, let's see what he can do, what he's about. Now, I have my 3 reasons why you should read this book. Okay. So my third reason you should read this book is Something to Prove. And I said something to prove because, one, Maya felt that because Jabari was a janitor, he could not provide for her the way she wanted to provide. He probably wasn't a good dude. And, she just had all these bad assumptions because he's a janitor, right? Not even that. When she first met him, she saw all those tattoos. I love a man with tattoos. Do you hear me? Like, love them. So I think she was thinking, oh, he's nothing but trouble. He's a janitor. This is all he can do, blah, blah, blah. So she was just like, no, I don't want to be bothered with him. And then she didn't want to deal with somebody she worked with. Okay. So then she gets put in her place by her brother. And after that, she had something to prove to herself, not just to Jabari. Because one, she was definitely rude when she met him. And then two, when she saw him again, she snubbed him and she was rude again. So, their mother, as her brother said, our mother raised us better than this. Do not treat people the way you treated this man. So after that, she, like I said, she thought about it. And of course, the man is fine. So why not give him a chance? So that's something to prove, was not just for Jabari, because Jabari proved that he can be the man that will love her for the rest of her life, that would treat her right, that would do any and everything for her. But also Maya had to prove to herself that she can deal with somebody who's on the opposite level of her. Okay. And he definitely did. And she definitely did. Now, the second reason why you should read this book, I put least expected. Okay. Because she least expected that this man, who was a janitor, would not treat her the way he treated her. This man sent her roses with cute little poems. I loved it. And then the way he sent the roses, it was according to like colors, like how he felt about her, things like that. It wasn't just like red roses. It was okay. The colors went differently as they became closer. Okay. And then not even that, she didn't expect, like I said, she didn't expect him to always send her roses with a poem. She didn't always expect him to find the time to spend with her because they didn't live together. I did like that the author did not put them living together beforehand. Like, when people usually fall in love, and, we read the stories, they end up moving in with each other. But I like the fact that he spent time at her house. She spent time at his house. I love the fact that their families meshed, because it was just her. Okay, so with Riley, it was just her mother and her brother and her. And then with Jabari, it was his mother and his sister. And oh dang. His dad, I'm sorry. His dad, was it his dad? I can't remember. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't remember. Please, y'all, like, read the book and you'll find out. But I know it was a man. Okay. So I love the fact that the families meshed. I love the fact that they enjoyed being around each other. So it was just the least expected on everything. Like, she did not expect that their relationship would just grow, that she would fall in love. Like, it was crazy. Okay. Now, can I tell you what I least expected? Was for some man to pop back up in Maya's life and she was contemplating being with this dude. Honey, are you serious? When he got up and walked out on you and you contemplating being back with him, when you got a man showing you that he loves you, that he's here for you, and you want to go back and try to think about being with the old dude. Girl, you crazy. That's all I'm going to say. You was crazy. Okay. Now, my number one reason that you should read this book is Jabari. Yo, Jabari was not a fuck nigga. Let's just say that he was not. Jabari knew what he wanted. He did whatever he needed to do to get what he wanted. And he backed up everything he said. Like, Jabari played no games. Like, when Jabari wanted something, he went after it, like, head on. Like, this my girl, ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. Even though she was skeptical from the beginning, he pushed, but not enough that she'd be like, all right, you doing too much. Now, I was trying to figure out how was she going to write in. So when the story first started, there was this guy that worked with Jabari and Maya at the company. His name was Stan. He was a janitor too. And like, he was in love with Maya. Like, he would just pop up and say things and she's just like, oh, go away. Like, just go away. And I was trying to figure out, like, he seemed like a cool dude. Why she wouldn't, try to give him a chance. So then when the author, like, gave a description of him, he wasn't her type. Okay, that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to offend nobody, but he wasn't her type. So I kind of see why she felt that way. But then it was more so, to me, he was too aggressive. He was too pushy. Like, he was really bold and like, this is my girl. He was telling Jabari, this is my girl. And Jabari was like, no, nigga, she mine. So I like the fact, like I said, that Jabari just, oh my gosh, he just was so put together for him to be young. Like, he was 33 years old. Like, he knew it was time for him to settle down. He knew that it was Maya that he wanted to be with. It was just everything about Jabari for me. Everything. And Jabari can definitely be bae. You know what I'm saying? I would love for him to be my bae. Jabari can be my bae. Like, he really can. I have a list of who can be my bae. Maybe I need to put a video out and say, this is my bae, this is my bae, because it's a lot of them out here in these streets. But that's what you authors do. You write us these damn loving men that we want them to be our baes, and we can't stand it anymore. Okay? So, like I said, this was my last new to me author in November, and this book was definitely a good one, and I enjoyed it. Now, before I finish, I got to give you my favorite quote that I loved, and it was one of his poems, so this was so cute. So, this was on their wedding day. I loved it because he said, you know what? I found all of this in you, so how about I conclude these vows by how I begin our courtship? And I love that. And this is what he said. Roses are red, violets are blue. Today, in the presence of these people, I vow to never stop loving you, because in you, I found my forever. How freaking cute! Like, y'all, the poems were they were funny, but they were just so cute, and I loved them. This was definitely a great book by Riley Baxter. So if you want a great little cute love story, go ahead and pick up Found Love in You by Riley Baxter. And my 3 reasons why you should read this book is, the third reason is something to prove. The second reason is least expected. And the first reason is Jabari. Okay. So join me next week when I will be doing a Thanksgiving edition of 3 Reasons Why, okay? And I'm going to do it different. So instead of you giving you one book with 3 reasons why, I'm going to give you 3 books. And I'm going to give you each a reason why you should read these books, okay? So again, join me next week. And I'm sorry that this didn't come out last Thursday. I was traveling. I'm always traveling. So I was traveling. I didn't have time to do the video or, edit it. So I'm doing it today, and I'm going to, post it. Actually, I was going to wait and post it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and post it later on today. Okay? Because if you guys missed it, I actually missed doing this. And I love doing this, and I'm going to keep on doing this. Except for the month of December, I'm not going to do any. I got something else up my sleeve for December, and I'll come back later and tell you more about that. Okay? So again, thank you for listening, and see you next week.